Welcome to my show. I'm a guest here. Her name is Maria J. Mrs. Maria, how are you doing, ma?
Oh, very well, thank you.
All right, so Mrs. Maria, and also thank you so much for the time and the opportunity. Firstly, you are a life coach. You are also the founder of the Inner Castle Mentoring. Can you please, Mrs. Maria, discuss more about yourself and how you're doing currently now, Mrs. Maria?
Well, first of all in my life, I was listen people and always try to help them. So later on, I find out that well, maybe I want to work like this. So I did a course for that, and now I'm here. And I start doing my own like a freelancer life coaching, and I really, really enjoy do it. It's really nice to help to people, or not even help, just listen to them, because some of us has that problem that we don't have anyone with who we can talk truly and deeply. And that's why I feel really important to do this all.
100%. As you said earlier, you are the kind of person who listens to people, but you realize there is more value in creating something to create a genuine connection with people, to create the sense of conversation and also encouragement to people who are out there, which really inspired you to be a life coach. And also, have made you done a lot of great work to be the founder of the Inner Custom Mentoring, which is very huge as well. And also, in regards to the experience you've had and also your expertise as well, have you written any book or do you plan to write any book in the coming future, Mrs. Maria?
Well, I already wrote a book, but that's my hobby first time. So that's a thriller book, is not really in this topic. But yeah, I'm working on it one. What will be about the life. I hope I can finish it soon and then post it. So this will be like uh, a question about the life, and I try to give an answer for it. So it will be not a nice and something like a sugar coach. It will be more like holding a mirror for you and watch it that, oh, well, yeah, that's the truth. So I like that kind of conversation better. Like I'm not kind of person that, oh, yeah, you're right, I'm so sorry. No, I like to bring up from you what is really in you, and I want you to work on yourself. That's it.
More like it's just more like telling the person the perfect truth. We don't want to
Yeah,
make it seems like everything is all right. We want them to understand that something is wrong somewhere and we have to try our best to work on those situations that we are into. And
exactly.
that is why I would like to also drive to the point of people at large because in our time today, we are in a busy world. And in a busy world, a lot of people have experienced a lot of burnout, a lot of stress. But when we look at them in on the outside, it's always 100% different. But on the inside, it is always difficult for them. Emotions, draining, depression, a lot of things is bothering them on the inside. So for people or the listeners who feel like they are constantly carrying too much, how do you think they can try to recognize when everyday stress is no longer manageable and is beginning to affect their daily well-being, Mrs. Maria?
So my opinion is when someone waking up every morning and without feeling anything, without feel that they want to do something today, or just not anymore feel the joy, even in the small or big things, it doesn't really matter. When you just feel, that again a new day, nothing is there, then I think that's the point when it's not a normal stress. is is the point when you really need someone to listen you, not speak with you, but listen you. Because people like to give advice, but then if you're watching them life is not 100%. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's better if if you get someone just listen you and then try to help you. But that's a very important thing, that don't be afraid to talk with someone.
100%. We all know that we are not perfect in life. Every single
Oh,
one of us have one or two things we are passing through, whether we're on the top of the world or we are at the bottom or we are at the middle stage. Every single
yeah,
person have what they're passing through. And despite what you just bring in as an insight in our lives, when we feel unmotivated and we wake up early in the morning and we feel like nothing is being done in our life,
yeah,
then that is the time we need to sit someone down. We could receive any advice from someone, but create a sense of discussion that the other side is ready to listen and create this
yes,
kind of conversation that really, really helps. These little things really helps the nervous system, it helps the body and also the emotion at large to make us feel like someone is actually listening to our struggles and our pain and also the ups and downs we've had in life as well. And I would just like to drive to the reason because a lot of people, because I do not know, probably it could be due to the rise of the technology, due to what we see on the social media cycle. But I would like you to drive from the experience you've had, why you think many people appear functional on the outside, but why silently feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, or emotionally drained on the inside, Mrs. Maria.
I think on the first place what you just said now is the social media. So we have a lot of pressure on us, because what we can see there only that the perfect lives, the perfect bodies, the perfect people, the perfect job, everything is perfect around us, and and we want to reach that point. But of course we can't, because that's what people has to understand, that what is on the social media is usually not the real life. Is someone just posted a moment there what they really enjoy. So that's what we have to stop doing, it watching the social media and following people there, because it's not real life. We have to understand that in the real life, yes, we will go down on the floor, not once, not two times, but a lot. And every time when we are down, we have to rebuild ourselves, and stop watching the neighborhood and watching our garden or house or family or spirit, you know. And we have to watch ourselves in the mirror and just tell for us that you looks good, you're doing great. These small things is mean a lot, even if we just say to ourselves, you know, if we don't wait to someone else telling us. I think that's the most important. Just forget about social media, forget about it, because everyone is beautiful, everyone is so valuable, and we have to see this in ourselves, not for the other people, not for the neighbor, but inside.
Thank you so much for the beautiful insights. Social media is great in the right side and also has its own effects on the other side as well. And that is why every single thing that we see online, most of it aren't true. And after every single one of us, we all have our struggles. And the issue we do have, most of us do have in the social media is we do not see the struggles, we do not see the pain, we only see the light, we only see the positivity. That is where
Exactly.
the issue is. And that is why we have to try our best to try to work on ourselves as humans. We are the one who own our life. We shouldn't look at what we see on the media. We shouldn't look at what we see out there from someone or someone we do follow. Let us try to work on ourselves and build ourselves at large to become more better as well. And also, I would like to drive to the point of stress and also emotional overload that really affect our decision making. In our time today, when the stress is too much And also the emotional triumph is getting too much for us to carry. It really affects several things in our life, our health, our decisions, and everything that we do. So, how do you think stress and also emotional overload affects decision making, relationship, and what are also the ways, and how do you think it also affects the way it shows up in our daily lives, Mrs. Maria?
Well, is affect everything. So when we are stressed, we are we don't have patience anymore. We get ignored in the small things, and people around us can see, can feel it. And what can happen? So they will they will show us same what we show to them. So we will get back from them, and then after that we will thinking, oh, what happened? And and sometimes, especially in relationship, uh, people just leave us, and we were sitting there and thinking that, but what happened, what happened? And then when we really realize that what happened, that we are overload, we had a lot of stress, and we can be happy with each other, or someone else, or a life, when people see that, they will just leave us. And then when we will realize this all, that will be too late. So it's very, very important to just stop for a minute, just breathe, just pause, and try to, again saying, to try to speak with someone if you feel that it's too much before it's too late.
Now you said it again. It shows that our life serves as a reflection to other people. When we see people
Yeah,
around us, our life really show a signs of reflection. And when we are emotionally stressed or drained, it affects every single activities that we also do along the way. We react easily, we get stressed
exactly,
easily, we do every single thing that are not even meant to be done at the right moment. And these things really affect the way people see us. And when people see us in the different way or another way, it makes some people get avoidance or people stay probably far away from us, which is really not helpful for us as humans. And that is why every single thing that we do, we have to take a step back and also take a deep rest for us to get ourselves back and also bring ourselves back up. There is nothing bad in us telling people, I am not feeling well. I think I need a deep rest for me to recover from every single thing I'm facing currently. It is just a sense
exactly,
for us to be in the position so that we won't do what we are not meant to do at the right moment and we won't show some kind of reaction for those who don't even want the reaction as well. And also, I would also like to drive to the point of our relationship or how one can also develop a sense of a healthier relationship despite the pressure they find in their lives. So, for people who feel guilty resting, slowing down, or saying no, how do you think they can also try to start building a healthier relationship with pressure and also self worth, Mrs. Maria?
yeah. It's a hard question, but you need to know where is your boundaries.
Yeah.
And when you know that, you have to hold it, and it's not going in overnight, if you know what I mean. So you
Yeah.
have to working on it, you have to learn it, and try to say sometimes no when you feel it's too much. You have to learn how to say no. I know it's one of the hardest things our life to say no, but we have to do, because it's just a part of building yourself. And I think that's the first step. When you know where is your boundaries, and when you have to say enough and no, and clearly no, not try to explain that, oh, I can do this, because no, just no. I think that's really, really important.
As you said earlier, Mrs. Maria, it's really hard, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
With the kind of world we find ourselves today, to say a no directly to someone is not easy. But we have to be clear
No.
at times in our lives, to be honest with you. We have to just be clear. We have to be honest with ourselves at times because if we do not give the sense of our truth, what comes from our mind sometimes, it comes to become a burden for us. So we have to know how to be clear to say no, or I can't do this, or every single thing that we do understand that can give a sense of boundaries in our lives. These things really count in every single area in our life and also help us to see other things that can also help us grow as well. It doesn't make us to be in the position whereby we overload ourselves and give ourselves or put ourselves in the position whereby we now feel more pressured and see a lot of stress in us. And also, I would like to drive to people who are currently or who feel trapped in survival mode because we all know what mode means. From the experience you've had, what do you think are some of the small but meaningful steps that can help them regain clarity, stability, and also a sense of control, Mrs. Maria?
It's again not a thing what you can fix it just for tomorrow, and you can't fix with a nice quote or a nice motivation speech, and what is really important, I think, that we are not same. So every people has a different way to learn this and to do this, if you know what I mean. But if once you see that you need change or you have to change, then that's the point when you can start to do it, and you can change it yourself, change it the situation, change it job, whatever, where you feel the most stressed. But again, it's very good if you have someone to speak, because sometimes we don't know, we really don't know that what we really need. We just feel that that's something not okay. But if you have a good coach or therapist or whatever, they help you to find out what's the point in your life where you just stop now for a minute, and where you need really help. And how I say is for everyone different. So I can tell you now that, oh yes, do this, do that, because it's not working for you maybe, but for me not. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we are all different, thanks God. And that's why is so important to find out first that what really your problem, why you are stuck there. And when we figure out, then after we can start working on it.
Thank you so much for the insight. It shows that we are all humans. We are all on this earth, but we are all different as well. We have different personality, we have different experience, and every single thing works differently for every single one of us. A person might try drinking water every morning, and another person might try the same thing, and it might not work for the same person. And that is why we
Exactly.
have to try to learn to give ourselves a sense of reflection. Let me know who I really am, who am I, and how can I see what I can do? How can I traject the issue in my life, and how can I see what I can do to develop it in my own way? And from there, we'll learn, from there, we grow, and from there, we also evolve as well. So I sincerely appreciate every insight in regards to every discussion we've had in this perspective. And also, Mrs. Maria, there is a question I normally ask during the end of the show. From our forefathers, from our ancestors, there are a lot of beautiful things that do exist during our ancestral time that is missing in our time today. If there is anyone or anything you would like to bring back to our time today, Mrs. Maria, what do you think that thing would be, ma?
Hmm. I think the most important thing is that just love yourself. That's the most important. Don't wait for anyone else, but you do. And and everything will be okay. And I'm really happy, that today is just coming up that if someone has a therapist, someone has a coach, is not that things what you can tell the other people, what you can feel guilty that, oh, maybe someone think that you are crazy, that's why you have. No, I really like that people go and ask help, because life is too fast, time is too fast, everything is too fast around us. We don't have time for ourselves. And I'm so sorry about this, but a lot of people really alone. A lot of people has no one, even they are around a lot of people, but still they are alone. So don't be rushed, and go and find someone if you need, and love yourself. Really, you are beautiful. Everyone is beautiful. Life is beautiful. Just you have to see it. You have to see. You have to see and watch and looking at the small things even, because the small things can bring happiness for you, and you have to see these things.
Thank you so much. There is nothing more beautiful than we loving ourselves, than we seeing ourselves as the first person we have to look up to. There is nothing more beautiful than that. And I also love what you said. Also, in our time today, the world is more isolated. The rise of the technology and also the social media has made a lot of people feel more alone. And that is why we have the more chance to need to love ourselves the more, see ourselves as the first person, and also see what we can do to improve our life, giving ourselves the sense of reflection and also building ourselves to become more better as large. And also, Mrs. Maria, I want to use this opportunity to thank you for the time, the opportunity you've given to me for us to have this profound and important discussion. Thank you so much, Mrs. Maria.
Thank you very much.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Mrs. Maria. Have a wonderful day, Mrs. Maria. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.